Hey guys, Cliff Schecter here at the Takedown. Guess what? I have my new mic, so even though I hear myself echoing, hopefully you do not. And if you do, which I will ask you in the comments, we're going to get this thing all set up so it sounds molto bene. We'll make sure it sounds perfect, and lights are coming, man, like just whole operation. It's going to be awesome. Alrighty, on to the topic of the day. Even Hardees is now making fun of Mike Lindell, the MyPillow loon. You may have seen the other day where Mike Lindell just enjoying a nice crispy bucket with fries or a fat burger. I don't know. I think they call it a big cheeseburger. I'm not sure what the small cheeseburger is, but just having his big cheeseburger, probably a shake, getting caught in the mustache, sitting there eating, and the FBI showed up while he was at Hardee's to take away his phone. That's correct. They grabbed Mike Lindell's phone as evidence because he is connected 5 ways from Sunday to the January 6th coup and probably everything that happened before and since. My guess is, this little chart of ours, we'll find out he was talking with Ginny Thomas. We know he was talking with Jenna Ellis. We know he was talking with certain people close to Trump. Jenna Ellis is one of them, but potentially Eastman. So much has come out on this guy. It's hard to sort of keep track of everything. And all along the way, he has, every new court that has declared there's no evidence of fraud, every new committee that looks into it in Congress, anywhere else, no evidence of fraud, man, the dude will not back down. He is as sure of it as he is that one of his pillows is not filled with as many rocks as your average Huckabee head, which it is, because somebody did a whole report on that to Olivia Nuzzi, whatever her name is, at New York Magazine, and she tried to sleep on a MyPillow pillow, and again, I think it was, she had jagged rocks stabbing into her. It was like that, the scene from the Last Jedi when Luke Skywalker is looking over the side. Okay, so Mike Lindell's phone is taken. Hardees themselves, because they start trending, decide to get in on the fun. And Hardees tweets out, and man, somebody needs a promotion there. If you still have a phone, get a free breakfast biscuit in our app for My Rewards members. If you still have a phone, get a free breakfast biscuit if you're a My Rewards member. Brilliant way to sort of jump onto a trend, and it was hilarious. Twitter and other places went nuts with jokes. We're asking them various questions about what we might need to bring to get that, if crappy pillows were involved, or if there's some worse things we can say, and maybe we should get into that, the history of this guy. Has anybody sort of taken more of a dive during the Trump era? This was this guy who was a crack addict. I don't say that as an attack, in the 80s, who somehow pulled himself together. I don't know. He claimed he found Jesus. He probably more likely found somebody who gave him a pile of money, because he seems to be a pretty good con man. And he started MyPillow, and he advertised, locally, and advertised on cable, and it became a thing, and he made millions of dollars. And here he had this incredibly successful product, and just lost his mind and decided to tie himself to Trump. Rick Wilson, as you all know, had that saying about everything Trump touches dies, and it seemed like this guy was trying to touch Trump more than Trump was trying to touch him. He followed Trump around everywhere, and he followed their crew around, and he went on Tucker Carlson all the time. Got to a point where MyPillow, everybody stopped advertising on Tucker Carlson because he's obviously a neo-Nazi, but you still had the MyPillow guy there. And he came out with crazy conspiracy theories, and the ghost of Hugo Chavez was in Dominion, machines, and you should know that the Dominion and others sued him. And according to reports, and I'm going to trust my good pal Farron Cousins, who has his own channel, you should check out. He did a video on how just a couple of days ago, it was reported that their last brick and mortar factory shut down. Here, this guy had this huge sort of pillow empire and decided to go on a 2-year quest to destroy everything he'd built up after he'd beaten addiction. Maybe, quite honestly, the stress of some of it, maybe he started using the product again, not the pillows. Although, from what I hear, there's rock in there too, so he probably could snort that. But he held a truth summit recently with the aforementioned Jenna Ellis, first person to get COVID via fart, as far as we know, from Rudy Giuliani. All sorts of these sort of fringe characters were there. Except they were the only ones there. No one showed up at this truth summit because, again, it's been just, all this BS about the election having any fraud or stolen votes or anything, as we found out more and more about Ginny Thomas sort of lobbying legislators and found out about their little hideaway in their hotel, the Willard Hotel, trying to plan ways to force Mike Pence to refuse to count the votes, and Ron Johnson giving him fake electoral votes to count, and so much that's come out. This whole ongoing tragedy. Lindell's been part of it the whole way, and he's never shut up, and it's destroyed his business. It even allowed people like me to learn that his pillows are awful. I wouldn't have bought them anyhow after learning who he was, but again, filled with rocks. So what does that leave you with? You've got Mike Lindell. His pillow empire is dead. His last brick and mortar factory shutting down. I'm sure he still has some online orders from Fox and the right-wing universe. Maybe they'll prop him up. You could get the gravy circuit speaking at crazy far right. The festivals they go to, the carnival barkers will get to go to the various CPACs. They have one in Hungary now. I'm sure soon they'll have CPAC China, CPAC Moscow, CPAC Vladivostok. CPAC in Erdogan's apartment, find any place where there's fascists in control. CPAC Aliyev, the corrupt autocrat in Azerbaijan that's right now attacking Armenia and an innocent country, is never ending, the CPAC. So he'll make his money that way. But in the end, this guy who had this pillow empire, he lost the whole thing. He lost credibility. He lost his mind. He's seemingly bankrupt. He's being sued by election machine companies because he lied and made up all sorts of defamatory claims about their products. Now he has nothing left but Hardee's making fun of him for having his phone taken at their restaurant as a promotion. What a fitting end. Hey guys, I'm hoping this new mic did the trick. Soon we will also have the lighting. It may have gotten here today. Please subscribe, tell your friends, family, anyone you know who will like this to subscribe. Share. Email is the best way. Email to friends, tell them you saw this great channel. If you really are enjoying this, we've been growing rapidly. We need to keep that up. If we want to have the impact, we want to have this election. And I just, comment and and turn on notifications so you'll know when there's new videos. Follow me on Twitter at Cliff Schecter, and thank you so much for being here. It's a labor of love. I'm really enjoying doing these. Thanks.